A lawsuit against the city of Doraville asks a federal judge to do something that's never been done before.
Yeah, critics of the city want the court to order Doraville to stop budgeting how much money in fines and fees it expects to collect in the upcoming year. Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis says it adds up to millions of dollars. Randy?
Actually, $2.5 million, Russ. That's how much Doraville budgeted last year for fines and fees it expected to collect. Now, some might call that prudent planning. Others see it as unfair pressure on the scales of justice. Court day in Doraville. Hope you brought your wallet.
Ms. Robertson, the fine amount is $242.
A lot of money.
Yeah, that I don't have, just to put on a speeding ticket.
The fine amount is $377.
377?
$377, yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Do you think you got a fair shot today?
I think that I should have gotten a reduction. With what I've learned, I'm not surprised.
Perhaps no one should be surprised. Doraville's finest are a constant presence along 285 or Peachtree Industrial. They usually write tickets to people who are going too fast. So what's the problem with that? Nothing, unless you don't like the fact that the city relies on that money to balance its budget. Look at last year's predicted revenues. Fines and forfeitures make up the second biggest amount, $2.5 million. It's about 16% of all the revenues. And this lawyer says that's a mistake.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with enforcing the law. It's when you enforce the law to generate revenue.
Last year, the Institute for Justice sued Doraville on behalf of 4 Georgians who paid fines for moving violations or the condition of their property. Because the city budgets for that fine revenue each year, the lawsuit argues police and judges have an incentive to ticket and prosecute to raise revenue, and creates a bias when someone goes to court to argue their case.
From the time that someone steps foot into the courtroom, the entire system is being skewed by that revenue motive.
Doraville city manager declined our request to talk about this issue. In court filings, the city argued their judges have independent judicial authority and do not serve at the pleasure of the city council and cannot be removed from office except for cause. Yet on the day we were there, judges didn't show much independence from the list of fines they levied.
I can't reduce the fine. I try to stick with the bond schedule.
This National Guardsman pled no contest to speeding.
And the fine total is going to be $242. We can give you some time to pay that if you can't pay it today.
He admitted going 84 on the interstate.
People who can't afford their ticket, they'll go back and they'll give them probation, and then they got to pay fees on top of their ticket, and it's just an ongoing trap.
None of the people we met actually lived in Doraville.
When you get a system where you can tell the voters that we will only raise money on someone else and not you, it's very easy, I think, for those local voters to kind of turn a blind eye.
So it sounds like you're asking a judge to do something that's never been done before.
We're asking the court to order compliance with the Constitution.
They want Doraville to remove this line from their future budgets. Stop predicting how much fine money they'll get. Is that feasible? A federal judge will decide by next summer. You're going to fight this?
Oh, yes, I'm planning to.
You don't want to contribute to their budget?
No, I don't want to.
Well, the lawyers fighting Doraville want to know how often the city issues warnings rather than immediately handing out tickets. That information, they say, is supposed to be turned over in the coming months. So we're going to watch this lawsuit as it unfolds.
So again, this isn't about the ticket writing. It's about the budget, that line item budgeting.
Yeah, it's a clever strategy, Portia. They're not talking about forcing Doraville to stop writing tickets or to force them to stop enforcing the law, but to stop putting that money in the budget, thinking that if you take away that incentive, unconsciously or not, people won't be writing tickets or won't be forced to think that they need to write tickets or issue those fines or create revenue, that it'll be a way to sort of work itself out if it's not in the budget itself.
All right.
Those of us who go through Doraville twice a day to and from work know never to speed.
They are out there a lot, aren't they, Russ?
They really are. Randy, thanks.
Okay.